Hi, I'm Johnny. I'm a global artist ambassador for FENIX360, and I'm blessed to be joined today by the hip hop artist LIL DERIK. Hey, LIL DERIK, how are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good, Johnny. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Listen, thanks for being with me, brother. I appreciate you. And listen, I'm looking forward to tuning into some of your music and sharing it with our audience. So if it's cool with you, let's go check out your Born in 98 track. Sound good?
Yeah, I'd appreciate it, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, right on. Okay, everybody, let's tune in now to LIL DERIK with Born in 98.
Make it dope, Sean. Make it dope, Sean.
This shit is sick, boy.
I'm riding around the city with an AK. I'm hoping I ain't gotta let it spray. Told my shorty, hold me up some Douce and top it off with some lemonade. Take the top off when I'm cruising in the bay. If you see me in your city, better hide your bait. I know some big booty strippers that stay in the A. Chocolate shorty from KC, I love how she tastes. I got love all up and down the West Coast. I'm from the Loop, reppin' the Midwest though. No matter the city, I'm rolling up the best smoke. Say you been working all week, it's getting stressful. So baby, come kick it with me, it's time to let go. Bottles of Bel Air, blunts of that petrol. It's just a life when you young and successful. Just a life when you young and successful. I was born in 98. I always been a real nigga, never been a fake. When you start making real figures, they gon' start to hate. And I can't deal with you if you ain't tryna be great. Yeah, I was born in 98. Always been a real nigga, never been a fake. When you start making real figures, they gon' start to hate. And I can't deal with you if you ain't tryna be great, be great. Riding around the city with an AK. I'm hoping I ain't gotta let it spray. Told my shorty, pour me up some Douce and top it off with some lemonade. I take the top off when I'm cruising in the bay.
LIL DERIK, sweet man. Great to share your music with everybody. Thanks, brother. Now, I'd like to learn about you. Can you tell me where you're from and how'd you get involved in becoming a hip hop artist?
I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. Um, Music has always been huge to me. It's always been a huge part of my life. Uh, I went to performing art schools ever since third grade, third through 12th grade. I was in the visual performing arts system where I did a little bit of everything. I danced, I act, I was on the drum line, I sung as well. So, but music was always my big passion. Like I knew even when I was younger, I would love to be a hip hop artist. I would love to do that.
Right.
But then go to 2012, when I first got to high school, a bunch of my friends, they had a rap group, and they were like, hey, you want to come to the studio, you want to get, and I'm like, yeah, I love to record a song, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
2012 was my first time actually recording a song. Probably wasn't that good, if I'm being honest, but I think I figured it out, and I gained confidence throughout
Yeah.
my high school years. I did a bunch of talent shows, and just seeing people's reaction and feeling the reaction as well, because you can feel that energy when you're on the stage, and after you're done performing, and everyone's clapping and screaming and everything like that. So being able to feel that energy, and tell that, okay, people like my music, because before that I only ever performed like someone else's music when I'm doing a vocal
Right.
performance or something
Covers.
like
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
But to perform my own music, things that I wrote, and to see that it was able to resonate with my peers, that boosted my confidence up and made me believe, okay, I can do this. So in 2016, I dropped my first EP after I graduated high school. I still wouldn't say that was the actual start of my music career. But in 2018 is when I actually dropped my first mixtape on all streaming platforms, on Spotify, Apple Music, and all of that. So I feel like 2018 was really a start of my career. And since then, I've been dropping music pretty darn consistently every year.
That LIL DERIK, that's cool, man. Like, it's interesting because, at such a young age, you felt a passion for this and it's been like a flame that's just been growing, it's, you're on fire, man. And so let me ask this question then, you also studied, like, you know what I mean? You through school, you know what I mean? You learned about music, and then that you're making kind of practical application to that education.
Yep.
2018 is really when you establish yourself as an artist, and
Mhm.
and go commercial to the extent where people can actually purchase and follow you, and it's pretty incredible trajectory that you're on right now. Now, listen, during the COVID or anything, did that hamper you, or was that a place in time when you were able to generate more music?
I think it hampered me on the note of like from 2019 and the beginning of 2020, I had a bunch of performances and I was getting paid for
Right.
these performances. And actually, I just had my first performance in 2 years last month on March 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that stopped me from being able to perform, but I feel like it also gave me more time where I kind of used uh that last year and a half or so more to really focus on learning the marketing side of music and getting myself out there while I was still working on a couple other different projects and things like that. So I feel like
Well,
it gave me enough time where I was able to, because before that I was kind of like on the road a little bit. I was going back and forth between Atlanta, Chicago, and St. Louis. So it allowed me to sit down at home, work on some more music, and really focus on the networking side of things. And I feel like that's helped me a lot to where now I'm getting these performances. I know a lot more about being able to market myself on social media as well as to my general public. So it had its downsides, but I tried to use it to the best of my advantage and use that time, that extra time that I had at home wisely.
listen, that's encouraging, and that's almost what I suspected with you, was that this was an opportunity to incubate and actually, develop more wisdom and more efficiency in what you're doing. So that's really cool. But I also understand that probably during that time you missed that energetic transfer between the audience and yourself that's so uplifting. I bet you're fired up now to get back out. Um,
Definitely.
which is great. Okay, so let me ask this question. What other kinds of artists that you love, Derek, that you followed maybe when you were younger and maybe helped inspire some of your sound now?
See, that's the best thing about me. Again, I feel like is I'm a music lover. If it's good music, I'll listen to it regardless of the genre. Especially when I was younger. Like now, since I've been making hip hop music, I really tend to only really listen to hip hop music. But I'll have the occasional days where I'll go back and listen to some other styles. But like growing up, of course, my main influences were probably like Lil Wayne, T.I., Eminem, Kanye West, um, and then. But I really had a stage in my life where I was listening to like a lot of alternative rock bands and kind of pop rock bands, I guess is kind of what they call bands like Fall Out Boy, Linkin Park,
Mm.
uh, Green Day. I had a nice period of time where I was really, really into that type of music. So I feel like all of that, and of course, a big inspiration I feel like of mine and most music artists is Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody grew up loving some of his old jams. So those different artists really influenced me. And as I got older, I got to give kudos to artists like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, even Drake, who really influenced me in my once I got to like middle school and high school. Those were the kind of guys that really influenced me. And lately, I'd have to give a big shout out to Currency and Larry June, who really have I feel like I really like their model as far as because I stopped even, my inspirations are my inspirations from when I'm younger, but now I look at artists for like what they've done in their career and what they've been able to do as far as like a marketing standpoint. And those are two independent artists who have a really nice following. And I love what they do with like pushing their merch and like they can perform in almost any city in the United States, even though they aren't a world known name. And they can also perform overseas. So they've kind of showed me different ways to do it without a label, which is helping me a lot as an independent artist.
Absolutely, brother. And that's really what Phoenix 360 is intended to do as well, is to help an emerging artist better control their commercial destiny and to be able to connect more directly with fans. So we're really happy that you're part of it. Now, listen, as far as your other social media links, how do you promote yourself now?
Last year I really, really grew a nice fan base on Twitter, and I'm still curating that. All of my social medias are MTM Lil Derek, MTM LILDERIK on all social media. But on the what I'm really going hard on right now is TikTok. I'm not gonna lie, because TikTok is been a huge help for me. I feel like my streams and everything. Like literally, I woke up today. to a video I posted yesterday. It's got 1,000 some views, 100 something likes, 20 comments from all different people from different walks of life, telling me to keep going, telling me that they like my music, telling me how dope I am. So it's not only encouraging, but it's a way to reach fans that you would never have a way to reach before. And on TikTok, I'm MTM LIL DERIK Music, because I got 2 different TikTok pages. So you'll see MTM LIL DERIK is my personal page where I do a little bit of everything. Then I've got the Just Music page where I really focus on pushing myself and also giving tips and things that I'm learning, especially on the marketing side, because I feel like a lot of artists struggle on that, especially when they're first getting into music. They don't really know how to get their music out to different people. So I'm working on doing more tips and things like that for people on TikTok. Instagram, I've got a pretty nice following as well. So those are probably my main 3 that I focus on, is Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.
Excellent, man. Well, you are a clear and present man, and eloquent, and you know, I appreciate how people would like to hear you speak and perform in all your music, and also as your persona, just like some of those other major, you know, mega entertainers that you mentioned. Michael Jackson, for example, kind of at the top of the mountain there. Everybody loved Michael Jackson, right? And so at any rate, you have this power, and I'm glad you're stepping into it. I'm glad we're going to be able to follow your progress on all the links you just mentioned, which we'll post below our interview today, Lil Derik. And we're also looking forward to you rising on the FENIX360 app. So thanks so much for being with me, brother. Respect.
I appreciate you for having me again. It's been great.
Yeah, thanks, man. Cheers.
I didn't.
Wanna pick on people who can't defend themselves? Huh? Pay for his funeral.
You are now listening. 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 You are now listening.
Died for his block and they ain't paying for his funeral. I ain't tryna go to no more funeral. Died for his block and they ain't paying for his funeral. I ain't tryna go to no more funerals. Died for his block and they ain't paying for his funeral. I ain't tryna go to no more funeral. We can't keep dying for a block that we don't even own. I hear the judge, see I'm the type to say to each his own. I don't know your struggle, I don't know if you was raised inside a decent home. But I can tell you that it's more to life than drugs, bottles, and nice, or having a different woman every night. For fame and fortune, you gon' have to pay a hefty price. Lyrics cut deep as a blade, I'm Wesley Snipes. Died for his block and they ain't paying for his funeral. I ain't tryna go to no more funeral. Died for his block and they ain't paying for his funeral. I ain't tryna go to no more funeral. Died for his block and they ain't paying for his funeral. I ain't tryna go to no more funeral. Died for his block and they ain't paying for his funeral. I ain't tryna go to no more funeral. Hey yo, don't get buried alive. We the most scariest guys. Ain't living unless you dream it, so most of you barely alive. Coming from where I'm from, most people rarely survive. It's casket matches or matching caskets. Don't get caught without that ratchet if you got some static. To the DIC when I'm laughing on the way to the bank. I need $1 million, baby, I call that Hillary Swank. I used to be a hothead, I had to learn some restraint. Died for his block and they ain't paying for his funeral. I ain't tryna go to no more funeral. Died for his block and they ain't paying for his funeral. I ain't tryna go to no more funeral.